What is up, YouTube? It's me, Keltick the Casual. Today we are going to do my perspective on patch 4.5. That's right, we're back with another episode of a Casual's Perspective. Let's dive in. Poseidon is getting a visual update, so they're updating his model so he doesn't look as much like a fish and looks a little bit more like a god. And yes, this also involves the Kraken. We also have a new event. It's about space or something. I don't know. You can spend money on 4 skins and get the 5th one for free. I think Toth is that 5th one. I don't know. I don't spend money on this game. Bastet doesn't look like a gold plastic crap thing whenever you get the mastery skin now, so that's fine. Yeah, Celestial Voyage, that's a new event. Then we go all the way down to item changes. So Flickering Ritual apparently got a double nerf that they didn't tell us about last time, and instead of changing or, I don't know, getting rid of these altogether, they just said, screw it! We're going to go another patch with these in the game, and we're not going to change them at all. Even though these past couple weeks, like with 4.4, it's still been a bitch to deal with. This isn't doing anything. Literally, not doing anything. Hydra's Lament's tier 2 item is now up to 1200 gold, but the cost for Hydra's remains the same. All this does is that means you won't be able to pick up the tier 2 as early, but it's just a 200 gold difference, so it's not that big of a deal. But they also decided to change Mantle of Discord, so they're reducing this item by 200 gold and reducing the cooldown. So it's confirmed that 5% CDR is worth about 200 gold to them. But anyways, jokes aside, this item I've never really considered a CDR item. The CDR was kind of just a bonus. I've always picked this item up for the aura that it gives, so whenever you drop below X amount of health, you explode and become CC immune. That's what I picked up this item for. It's always lots of fun. Now, I guess with the fact that the CDR is on a 10 instead of 15, it's a lot easier to build without overcapping. So for those of you that like to min-max, it'll be awesome. All I know is it's a little bit cheaper now. Mark of the Vanguard takes a hit. 50 health early game is pretty significant, so I'm curious to see where Mark of the Vanguard is going to end up after this patch, but I don't think it's going to do too much. Masamune gets a change. I've already been picking this item up quite a bit. If you guys watch my how to play videos for the Warriors, you can see I go for this one a little bit. And Masamune, what it's doing is now it gets an extra 2 of each protection per stack, so a significant change. I like that change. I'm still picking up the item, so that's awesome for me. Now, another series of changes that happened is apparently, Hyra has had it where if you had the tier 1 and tier 2 of certain items, you could essentially just double stack them. So this even worked for Sunder apparently. So before 4.5 hits, you can be assured I'm going to go give that a try because that sounds insane. But they fixed all that for 4.5, so take advantage of it while you can, I guess. Now we go into these 3 changes here. These 2 are minor, but hey, it's just a bit of a cost decrease. I guess they think we might want to start with tier 2 Spear for some reason. But this change here, Spear the Magus. By increasing the max stack count, they're going to increase the amount that you shred. This is huge. So on gods like Poseidon, Zhang Kui, even Apuash, those gods that have that magical ticking damage, even Xing Chen, I guess, might be able to consider picking this up if he's in solo or something like that. You're just going to shred the living crap out of their protections, and that's not just for you to benefit from, it's for your team. So it's going to be insane. I'm curious to see how much they regret making this decision. I'm curious to see where this item goes. They've also reduced the cost on Soul Trap, so the tier 2 for Book of Thoth and Soul Reaver, so that you can start this item now and get a couple potions. I don't think that's going to be an optimal way for you to start the game by any right, but I'm going to try it and see. So I'm curious to see if this change actually does anything, but the price for the final 2 items remains unchanged, so all you're doing is getting this a little sooner. God changes. So Aphrodite fixed an issue when Morrigan and a regular Aphrodite were in the game. Ares gets a pretty decent change, so his Shackle's minion damage, not god damage, just the minion damage, gets adjusted so that it significantly improves against minions. This is going to be great for lane pressure because now if you're an Ares and you can position yourself correctly and hit your chains, you're going to have insane lane pressure. Like, I'm very excited to try this because hitting all 3 chains, that's 150 damage you could put through the minions. That's crazy. Carnunos gets nerfed because obviously. So they reduced his base power, did something with this. This is the big change here. This ability no longer slows, which means it's going to be a little bit harder to lock him down. But this does mean that if you can hit the root, the ability is pretty much going to do the same thing. It doesn't affect him too much, but it's going to make him a little, like, again, if you can hit the shot, you'll still be fine. Hercules, this increases to 17 seconds. That's not a huge change. I don't think it's going to change much for the big guy because, well, Hercules' problem was never the CDR. It was the fact that you could get 100 to below 0, like below 0, to below 10% HP, and then your heal would bring you back above 70%. That's what's wrong with Hercules' heal, not this. The CDR, like the cooldown was not the issue with me, but I might be wrong. This might totally take him out of the meta. We'll see. Jingwei gets a bunch of changes that don't really put her back into the meta because she still isn't with Fatalis. The Fatalis effect on her 3 was what was huge with her, but I'm curious to see if these changes at least make her decent because she completely fell off the map with Season 4. Nemesis gets the Xing Chen and Susano treatment. She can now auto-attack between her dashes, rather. Morrigan gets one of her many changeling glitches fixed. Toth now cannot spam start his ultimate, so every single time you cancel this ability, it costs you 30 mana. So if you still want to spam, just build Book of Toth, and then you can still spam because you'll have so much mana that you won't care. And then Zhang finally gets the buff that we thought he was getting, so now his Expose Evil deals 75% not only on base damage, but the magical scaling that you're going to have as well, so this is going to make him very strong. Between the Spear of the Magus change and the Zhong Kui change, I'm expecting Zhang to spring up. I'm excited. I'm going to be trying this guy a lot. I'm very excited to see this. Like, again, 2 patches in a row, Zhong Kui, favorite change. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me in the future, hit that subscribe button. And until next time guys, this is Keltick the Casual, signing off.